Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I give you all of the latest gaming news. And there's been a lot of discussion about PlayStation 5 exclusives and whether or not Sony will continue to support the PlayStation 4 with their upcoming first-party games. And if so, for how long? This has been an ongoing discussion as Sony seems to be sending mixed messages, and some games like Demon's Souls is exclusive to the PlayStation 5, while others like Spider-Man and Sackboy are not. Well, PlayStation was asked about one of their upcoming games today, and their response has really sparked a lot of discussion among the game community. So we will talk about that here in just a moment. Plus, it's a little hard to get these new consoles right now, but will things improve in the near future? That is the question, and well, we did get an answer by Xbox themselves. Before we get into all that though, we do have a lot to go over today, so let's get right into it. The Xbox Series X has been out for an entire week now, and it's a fantastic console. I'm very impressed by the Xbox Series X. I mean, it's super powerful, it's fast, its backwards compatibility is just amazing, and runs games like an absolute dream. Really, it's the whole package, but the one thing it is missing right now is exclusive launch titles. Of course, that's not the only reason to buy a console early in the generation, as I've pointed out on several occasions, and considering how well it's selling kind of makes my point there. Well, either way, Xbox will be getting a new console exclusive in early December. Call of the Sea will be heading to Xbox and PC on December 8th, and I think this is a very intriguing game. The art style is really pretty, and it's supposed to be some kind of first-person adventure puzzle game set in the 1930s where you play as a woman who is searching the trail of her missing husband. This does look like a narrative-driven experience, and it kind of reminds me of games like Firewatch. Now that was an excellent game, so I am interested in Call of the Sea. It certainly has potential, and if done right, I think that this could end up being a surprise hit next month when it releases. We'll have to see what happens there, but the cool thing is that this will be an Xbox Game Pass title. Yeah, that's right, you will be able to play this on Game Pass day one. As usual, I really can't praise Xbox Game Pass enough. I know I say it all the time, but Xbox Game Pass, easily the best deal in gaming. This should also give Call of the Sea a lot more exposure, and hopefully, it'll be as good as what it looks. Also, a new mysterious website popped up online. Square Enix opened up a new countdown timer for something seemingly related to The World Ends With You. Yeah, this is a game that JRPG fans have loved for years and years, and even though Square Enix has done remasters of this game, and they're making a new anime, they have yet to make a sequel. Well, could this countdown possibly be for a new game? It doesn't seem involved with the anime, and as we talked about last month, Tetsuya Nomura did tease another Switch game. Now from what we know, it's probably not going to be a Kingdom Hearts HD collection, but maybe Square Enix is working on a new The World Ends With You for the Switch. This is just speculation of course, but the good news is that we're not going to have to wait long to find out. The countdown does end in 7 days, so we'll get an answer rather soon. Hopefully it is a new game, but still, I would caution getting too hyped for this announcement until it officially gets revealed. I know fans of this franchise has been let down on several occasions, so you never really know with Square Enix. It does seem like something's happening with this franchise though, but until it's confirmed, I would remain optimistically cautious. Now last week, we did get the official announcement for the next Mass Effect game. Not only will we get the Mass Effect Trilogy remaster for current platforms, but BioWare is also making a brand new Mass Effect game. This has fans super excited, as they should be. This is a legendary franchise, and in my honest opinion, the original trilogy is among the best games ever made. I still think it holds up as being some of my favorite stories in gaming, and I know some people have a problem with the end of Mass Effect 3, and Andromeda was a bit of a failure, but overall, this has been a really great franchise. Well, we did get a new tease as some new artwork is being passed around that's supposedly from the next Mass Effect game. The new artwork does share the same ship that we saw in the new Mass Effect teaser last week, so that's a pretty good indication this artwork is indeed from the new Mass Effect game. The reason we're talking about these though is because fans are picking these pictures apart, and from what's being gathered, the next title may be set in Andromeda as well. There are a few reasons to believe this, such as a silhouette of a native Andromeda species being included, and a similar design as the remnants from Andromeda. So I know right away this may disappoint some people because Andromeda wasn't exactly well received. There was a lot of issues with that game, and I'm sure many of you remember the horrendous facial expressions from Andromeda, but I honestly think the setting is okay. If the next game is set in Andromeda, I think that should be fine. I'm not sure if they would continue with the same characters or not, but I do think that there might be something else happening here. One of the pictures does show a new MR7 mass relay, and this could possibly mean that you can go to both galaxies. Now that would be pretty cool going between the Milky Way and Andromeda, and I think with these new solid-state drives, warping back and forth would be pretty cool to see. I will ask you Mass Effect fans though, would you be okay if they do continue with the Andromeda story, and what about the setting? Let me know in the comments below. In other news, we got an update for Halo Infinite. Well, kind of. Halo Infinite of course got delayed earlier this year, and since then fans have really been wondering, when are we going to see this game again? Some were kind of eyeing the Video Game Awards as being a possible place that we could get an update for Halo Infinite. Well, a 343 employee did respond to this notion and said no, it will not show up at the Video Game Awards, but they are looking to offer at least a high-level update within the next few weeks. We'll have to see what that means exactly because I'm not sure that will include gameplay or not. It doesn't sound like that this will be gameplay, but maybe they can post some side-by-side pictures to show how much progress they've made with the visuals. I think that would make a lot of fans happy and improve their confidence in this game. I could see them doing a side-by-side picture of Craig after that blew up online. I mean, everybody knows who Craig is now, including Domino's Pizza. And really, I do think that that's the main issue here. For me personally, I thought that the gameplay that they revealed looked excellent and really gave me vibes of the original trilogy, which is exactly what I want from Halo. Now we just need a visual overhaul, and I think we're going to be in for a good game here. I never really looked at this game being bad in terms of gameplay. Most of the controversy really was just with the graphics and expectations of what it should look like on the Xbox Series X, and I think that they will get that fixed up. And who knows, maybe they give us a new release window. That is a bit of a mystery right now, and there is a lot of debate on how long this delay will take. A lot of people believe we won't get an official release until late 2021, and, well, that might be the case. Either way, I want them to take their time and do this game justice. I know there's a lot of pressure to make this a good game, but I don't want it to be rushed out either. And speaking of the Halo Infinite delay, this hasn't slowed down the Xbox Series X launch at all. In fact, it's selling out absolutely everywhere, and so far it's been the fastest selling Xbox ever made, surpassing the Xbox One's launch. That means in 24 hours, it did sell more than 1 million consoles, and since then, it's been hard to find in stock anywhere online. And really, I'm going to go ahead and group the PlayStation 5 in this conversation as well because even though we haven't had an official statement from Sony, the same thing is happening here. It's just hard finding an Xbox Series or PlayStation 5 as of this moment. Basically what's happening is some new consoles release online and they sell out immediately. The demand for these consoles are just insane, but the question a lot of consumers are wondering is when can we expect an improvement with the supply? That's the thing though, it's not necessarily a supply issue. The problem is demand. So you're going to have this issue until you reach the initial demand. And because the hype has been so high, it's going to be difficult securing your purchase. Well, according to the Xbox CFO, they do have supply cranking out over the next 4, 5 to 6 months, and that's when they expect the demand profile to start to be met. That means it's probably going to be very difficult getting the Xbox Series X until possibly April, and I would fully expect the PlayStation 5 to be in a similar situation. So if you are looking for a new console, just stay very vigilant and be ready to purchase your console as quick as possible. I think one issue right now is that people are also having to battle bots online because, of course, scalpers have found a way to price gouge highly anticipated items. Yeah, if you go over to eBay, the prices are pretty ridiculous. Honestly, I wish some of these retailers would just fix this problem by limiting one console per purchase, but, you know, they don't really care. They just want to sell these items as quick as possible, but both Microsoft and PlayStation does do this type of thing, I believe, so those two websites might be a little bit easier than some of the others. Either way, best of luck to everybody, and I hope you get what you want soon. Moving on, let's talk about PlayStation because Jim Ryan in an interview had a very interesting response in regards to exclusivity. He was asked about God of War Ragnarok and whether or not it would come to the PlayStation 4 alongside the PlayStation 5, and Jim Ryan refused to answer this question directly. And instead, this is what he had to say. "Sorry, I've got nothing to say about that today." Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it will come to the PlayStation 4, but he also isn't ruling that out either, which is why the statement has been catching the eye of much of the game community. Will Ragnarok be a PlayStation 5 exclusive or not? Earlier this year, PlayStation did say they believed in generations, but since that point, several PlayStation 5 games have been confirmed to be on the PlayStation 4 as well. This includes Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Horizon Forbidden West, which comes out in 2021. Jim Ryan has also said that they do intend on supporting the PlayStation 4 for 3 to 4 years, so there has been a conflicting message here on PlayStation 5 exclusivity. Now, to be clear, I'm personally okay with cross-generation games, and I don't see that as a problem. It wouldn't shock me if God of War ended up being a cross-generation game like Horizon Forbidden West, and I don't really see that as an issue. The problem that I think gamers are having is about transparency. To be fair, there is a possibility that they haven't decided yet, or maybe Jim Ryan just wants Sony Santa Monica to make that announcement instead. But Sony has been sending very mixed messages regarding the situation. I would prefer if they just came out and said what it's coming to and then be done with the topic. I mean, I do understand if they do support the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 has sold over 100 million consoles worldwide, and I'm sure a lot of PlayStation 4 owners would buy this new game. So I get it, and as we're seeing, the PlayStation 5 can do cross-generation games and still look excellent. For me, what I'm personally more interested in is whether or not if Ragnarok is a full-on sequel, or is it something like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Uncharted Lost Legacy. I mean, I'm still excited about it either way just because I fully expect this to be a great game, but I'm more interested in that than if it's coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. I guess we won't know those answers anytime soon, but again, I wouldn't be surprised about the outcome no matter what happens. Let me know your thoughts on this subject though. Are you okay with these cross-generation games or not? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.